Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy. Oops. It's your boy M.K.S here, being very clumsy. Anyway, this is part 2 of my previous video. I embarrassed myself being clumsy, but anyway, sorry, about my goals for the future and supporting Asia. Hope it's not too cringeworthy. Yeah, so in my last video, please check that out, part 1. John Bobbitt asked, sometimes I wonder if it's a troll because he asked some strange question, but even by my standards. But anyway, he asked, what do I do on a regular day during quarantine? And so I thought I'd probably try and answer that question before I move on to the rest of the video. So if you haven't checked part 1 out, please do. I really appreciate it. Thanks for any support. You give me any views, likes, and all that sort of good stuff, sharing the video and all that. Especially people from Asia or with an interest in Asian culture, or people from the diaspora. But before I move on to the list, I'm going to try and answer that question, as I say. On a general day, I try and wake up as soon as possible. Normally, I don't really manage to do that. Today, I was really terrible. I didn't wake up till like 12:30 by the time I got out of bed, so that was really bad. And not because I sleep too late and stuff like that. I was a bit bored, so I started making YouTube videos and things like that. So I do want to try and get up at 8 or 9 o'clock or something like that. But I've heard people who really change the world, but get up at like 5 in the morning. So unfortunately, I need too much sleep, which is a bit of a shame. But I'd like to have less sleep, or need less sleep. So and then I just try and write if I can. If I don't have writer's block, try and write my ideas. Try and think of before I go to sleep. I try and think of my. I know this is probably too many, really, but I try and think of 30 plans for the next day, and also what I call a timeline, which is like wake up at 8, have breakfast, write notes from 9, plans and all that, and then possibly about 11 o'clock, go for a walk or something like that. I try and vary it in different days, but that's something, or at least a rough guide. But a lot of time I fall asleep before I think of my list. It's like counting sheep. But so yeah, I try and go for a walk. Try and go on. I do a lot of my plans on Facebook. Try and come on YouTube, make a few videos. Hopefully they're at least half decent. Do my best and try and support people and think of ways, ideas to help other people, support other people if I can. And hopefully I'm doing at least half decent job. So anyway, probably waffling, but I think that's pretty much my day covered. Drink a lot of tea. Don't really eat that much, but every now and then eat much. Every now and then I have something to eat. My belly is generally from tea, but I'm trying to. I don't normally drink water, but since March I've been trying to drink water like every day, at least a bottle of water. Well, every day a bottle of water, pretty much. And I think it's only one day where I haven't managed to do so. So because apparently water helps you lose weight, so that's obviously without going to the gym. I think I'll try and do some exercise at home if I can, like watch some YouTube videos about motivational exercises and all that sort of stuff. So try and follow those, or do some star jumps or something like that. But I normally like walking a lot. I've been a walker since I was 14 or something like that, 15, something like that. So for a long time I've been walking long distances. I used to go and visit my dad, about roughly 8 miles walk every Sunday. So, and a lot of time I walk at least 1 or 2 miles a day, but I don't walk quite as much as I used to. But since quarantine, I used to, because I'm not going to the library for like 3 hours a day, which I normally do. I'm doing more walking. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to try and get on with the list because otherwise it's going to be too long again, keep saying. But so I'll try not to repeat too many ideas, but some of them are like reviews of ideas, and maybe what I should do is like a review of where I think I've achieved what I've achieved. So for a long time I wanted to set my own YouTube channel. I've done so for a while. So hopefully taking some actions, baby steps, whatever they're calling, to get towards the goals of helping other people and things like that, which will hopefully make me feel good. So it's very hard to be, if not impossible, to be purely altruistic. So sorry if I'm waffling, but anyway, back onto the list. I might update that if I think of anything else I can add, but in the next video, but or another video in the future. But onto the list, number 11. I hope to support inventors from Asia, ideas people, industrious people who can change Asia. And I talked before in my previous videos about dyslexic and autistic, or neurodiverse, generally neurodiverse artists or writers, because there are people with dyslexia who can write, or at least talk about their ideas and have ghostwriters and things like that. But people on the neurodiverse spectrum, like dyslexic, ADHD, and autism, and things like that, can be quite creative. So I'm hoping that they will talk about ideas about how to unite Asia together, make Asian nations and Asians around the world work together. Again, even Eurasians, part European, part Asian, or Asians, part Black and part Asian, networking together. But yeah, again, especially inventors, and learn about inventions and inventors from Asia, which I have been doing, and support people who are inventors. If I get, like, if some of these videos make any money in the future, I'd like to donate that to supporting inventors. So if people in Asia support my video, then I can support more people, as I say. Moving on, number 12. I know John Bob asked how would I encourage people from Asia to reach their full potential, especially people with dyslexia. And I think especially people with dyslexia and ADHD is to share the stories about people who have achieved around the world who have dyslexia and ADHD, like people who have dyslexia like Richard Branson, someone who has dyslexia and ADHD, David Neilman, who made JetBlue Airlines. But funny enough, both of them own airlines. There are so many success stories of people with dyslexia and ADHD. I don't know a huge amount about the ones with ADHD, but some people say ADHD is an entrepreneur's superpower. Same with dyslexia. About 20% of self-made millionaires in the UK have dyslexia, about 35% in the US. So I think this shows how what can be done if they're pushed. And I hope for people with dyslexia or autism, ADHD in Asia will find these things out themselves to inspire them, but also teachers, politicians, parents, and the rest of society in Asia will find out more about success stories of dyslexia. So if they see a dyslexic in the classroom, they'll know that they can achieve a lot. I also hope to listen to the aspirations of people from Asia and try and encourage them to set high goals and to get into politics. I know there's a stereotype that Asians are smart, but I think also Asians in like slums or orphanages, where I talked about before, and especially ones with learning disabilities who don't do well at school, are seen as are probably not given so many opportunities. But I'm hoping to find ways and come up with ways to help people like Dalits, the lower caste people in India, and provide housing for the homeless people in India and places like in Iraq and Vietnam, but all sorts of places around Asia. Again, all of Asia really, but and that sort of thing. So I do hope I can encourage them. Like I hope by making these videos, but also like supporting other Asian YouTubers, I'm hoping that I'll support their channel, and by giving them views and likes and shares and whatever, and maybe if the Asian communities support each other to give each other views and things like that in the long term, we can do well, a lot better, because there's so many people of Asian descent around the world. And apparently 60% of the world's population, approximately 4 billion people, live in Asia itself. But I know a lot of them don't have access to recording equipment or even laptops or PCs or stuff like that. So maybe helping them to get funding to make YouTube videos. Although I did talk before about how most of the technological stuff I want to do, I want to support people in Africa. But at least to make videos, or at least a place where they can go and make videos, even if they can't afford PCs or laptops, there's a place where they help. If there's a place where they help people from slums and orphanages to get that training to make YouTube videos, then we can subscribe to each other and support each other as much as possible. Again, maybe I'm being naive, but that's my idea. Number 13, I normally, as I said before, I have this fear of number 13, or I see as a negative number. So I hope these videos won't be too boring. I hope, like, maybe some of my fears, but I don't know if I could talk about some of the more negative stuff. But and my fears about Asians not uniting together and that sort of thing. But I hope to make a positive out of negative. So I hope to learn about, which I have been doing a little bit, about Asian creepypastas or urban legends, which means the same thing. But urban legend is like the old term, and creepypasta is like a more newer term, or scary stories and scary videos from Asia. So again, please share any links in the comments below about these sorts of videos or information, anything you can about Asia. As I say, in April, May, and June, and August. So Sorry if I'm laughing again, but excuse me. Number 14, I hope for Asians to network together to solve problems like the coronavirus or new diseases that come up. And I think that if China and India, like a Chindian partnership, I know like in the past, and I've talked about this before, but India and China don't always get along. But I think if they get along, they can work towards their goals much more better, for want of better English. And on that note, like teaching people about English and things like that, so that they can trade internationally and move, and especially people from poorer backgrounds, they can improve their lives by having more opportunities and things like that, access to opportunities. Again, sorry if these videos are a bit longer than but yeah, so solving problems together, including poverty, crime, corruption, or whatever other problems, diseases, things like Asian scientists working together, and things like that. Number 15, again, I hope to hear from Asians like having ambitions and how they can set higher goals and believe in themselves. I know I have this mad dream about helping as many dyslexics from Asia as possible, and people with ADHD as well, to become multi-millionaires or even billionaires within 10 years, like by 2030. So I'm hoping to work to that goal as much as possible and as often as possible, so that it has more chance of working. But that's my goal, as many dyslexics or people with ADHD as possible. And maybe if they learn things from motivational videos, or if they have mentors like Richard Branson going to Asia and teaching it, and then maybe they can learn the skills, and also like be given funding and things like that. So like Asian banks can give them more funding, and people can believe in dyslexic people a bit more, and people with ADHD and things like that. And like autistic people can be great at art or maths or science or things like that, so they can be encouraged. And if people know they have strengths as well as weaknesses, they can accept or understand they have weaknesses, but also work on their strengths. But yeah, I'd love to hear from Asian people, like their ambitions and how to help them set higher ambitions, higher goals, and to achieve more, believe in themselves, and work together. And I think they could achieve a huge amount. Number 16, again, I hope to talk about the benefits of working together, like not going to war with each other. That means that money which you can invest in medical care, education, healthcare, and lots of things like that, rather than spending weapons or money on fighting each other. And also, like, you can learn off each other, and ideas that India might have that China might not have, and strengths that India might have that China might not have, and vice versa. They can collaborate, and I think there's unknown benefits or unseen benefits, but in the longer term, you'll be surprised, I think, how well that could work. But again, maybe I'm being naive, I don't know. Number 17, I think I've read a few times that people from Asia lack creativity compared to people in like Europe or places like that, or America. So there's a creative problem. But although they have strengths in other areas like academia, they have, and like people with dyslexia and ADHD might be creative, so they have strengths that someone who's academic might not have. So I hope to encourage them to learn about that sort of thing, and also how they can solve those creative problems, and be more innovative and things like that, which might help their economies to grow even faster. Like China's economy might be growing fast, but it could grow even faster if it worked on the creative side of things, or saw newer ideas and things like that. Number 18, again, I hope for countries in Asia and Asian nations and people from Asian backgrounds, people generally talk about some of the positive sides of Asia, not just the negative sides, and people from Asia to learn positive affirmations and things like that. Number 19, I know I mainly wanted to focus on Asia, but I hope to, all the projects I have for technology, like I'm not very good at technology myself, but for supporting technology in Africa, around the world, I mainly hope to do for Africa. And number 20, I hope on that note, people from Africa to learn, again, I know I mainly want to focus on Asia, but people from Africa to learn technology from the youngest possible age, or as many people as possible, and for 1 billion Africans to work together on technology, and people from the diaspora to help Africa as well, on that note. But also I hope to help the youngest possible people in Asia from a young age to learn about writing, how to be confident to become a writer, maybe help them to become published, or find ideas, ways to help them become published or become artists from a young age, and to learn about the youngest artists and writers and all sorts of things from Asia, and how they can learn about business from a young age. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if it was a bit long. Just had a lot of ideas in my mind, and I'd love to know what you think. Do you think a pan-Asia or united Asia could do better than one that's that's divided or disunited? And lost my train of thought. So, do you think that Asian nations can find a way to avoid conflict with each other, at least, so that Asian nations sign agreements where they don't fight each other and instead work together? Okay, I hope that makes sense. Peace and love.